Hello, it's Gabrielle from SpeechKids, and I am joined by Erika. Erika, pronounce your last name.
Carreno.
Carreno. Erika has been with SpeechKids for how long now?
I think it's been like 4 years now.
Yeah.
Something like that, yes.
And you are special to us because you are not just bilingual. I mean, you're special for a lot of reasons, but you are trilingual.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about your education and how that happened.
Okay. So I studied my license degree in human communication disorders in Mexico. So over there, the degree is like a learning disabilities and speech and language and audiology. So it's everything combined in one big, 4-year degree. That would be considered here the undergrad, but it's a license degree. So I did a thesis and a defense and everything. Yes. So that was in Spanish. Yeah. So I was certified to do speech and language pathology in Spanish. Then I worked for a few years, and I actually work with adults in the cancer area for laryngectomies. And then that's when they recommended me, a lot of the professors, to go to Canada to do the master. Okay. But I could have come to the US or Canada, but I ended up in Canada at McGill University. And so I studied for speech pathology, so which was more specific for that area. And after I started working with the pediatric population.
And did you speak French before you went to Canada?
Yes, I studied French through high school. Okay. And also when I was studying my license degree, I remember going to classes for French in the l'Alliance Française, which is in Mexico, l'Alliance Française. I would go early, take classes like something, when you're young, you can do everything.
Lots of time for all that stuff.
Like 7:15 or 7:30 to 9, and then I would run to university. And so I studied that for many years. Yeah. And then there was another place that was like a cultural place from France in Mexico, which is besides l'Alliance Française. I can't recall the name, but it's and they would provide classes in French. So I follow more classes in French. So I did have some French before going to Canada, but I did my studies in English. But when I work in Canada, it was a French speaking. So I was doing English therapy in a French speaking rehabilitation center. But that was, everything was useful. You never think that you're going to use the language. Yeah. And when I was there, I'm like, oh, I'm glad that I did all that, because then I'm using it. I'm able to, and that really was when I really got better to my French, because my colleagues were like, after a year of everyday French hearing and practicing, they were like, oh, your French is better. So it was good.
And so when families come to SpeechKids, they will often get me first, and then sometimes they'll get you. So we share the French kids. We also share the Spanish kids some of the time, and we have a couple of other therapists who speak other languages as well. But that is a highlight, and one of the reasons we're so happy to have you. The other reasons that we love Erika is because of the work that she does. So the thing that I appreciate most about you, Erika, and I'm going to ask you about your favorite kids in a second, but any client that you have this way of thinking about them. You're very systematic and you're very analytic in the way that you approach a client. But, and anybody watching this video can know, you never lose your heart. And so it's, for me, this perfect combination of love first, analytics on top, and then you get exactly what your client needs from that, and you're able to provide that. And so I don't know if I've ever told you that, but that is one thing that I so appreciate about you.
Thank you.
So having said all that, who do you have like a favorite kind of client or a favorite type of case that you like to work with?
I love working, and this is something I've been discovering through the years. I like working with articulation. And I always thought like, oh my God, doing articulation in English. And I can do it in English, Spanish, and French if needed.
Yeah.
But it's nice because I put in practice what you're saying. I do a lot of empathetic, like what does the kid like? You know, so I'm in there, they like Legos. Okay, we're talking about Legos. They like ponies, like My Little Ponies. And so we incorporate whatever their likes are. Plus, I observe a lot of what's their way of learning. So even in articulation, how am I going to teach? Oh, the kid likes learning how it functions. So I'm teaching them how it works to say this sound. So if I approach the way they learn, they are going to learn the sound. Or this other child likes learning by, sounding it or practicing or observing. So that's the way I approach teaching the sound. Other clienteles that I like working with, I really like working with, and I don't know if you know this, but I like working with very young children who have stuttering. I like using this program that I learned in Canada, that is the LeadCom program, and it's a lot of because I like that positive reinforcement, and that's how I work with most of the kids. Like I like the positive reinforcement and cheering, and it's very positive the way we work into therapy because they feel good about themselves, and I like that.
Yeah.
So that's how I see the most progress.
Yeah.
And so that's another clientele I really like working with.
And I'm going to stop you for a second, because if you're surprised by what she just said, and because the age that you're talking about is 2, 3, 4, right?
Yeah, the LeadCom program, yes, for stuttering very early is very 3, 4 years old.
It's not too early, and we can't. There are lots of different ways to treat stuttering, but it's not too early if your child is 3.
Yes, it's not too early. It can be 2. I have worked with this program for 2, 3 years old, and it just works wonderful. Like, if parents are on board and they want to try it, yes, it's wonderful. And I have seen amazing results on that. And also love having fun with the kids, staying on the positive and having fun. Like if I'm having fun, they are having fun. And it's even virtually, it's a great way of engaging. I am amazed of how we've been working in the past couple of years now. And I wasn't big in the practice of telepractice, but then with this past couple of years, just knowing how we've been capable of engage with the kids and they've been responding so well. It's amazing.
I remember when we started doing it, because I was skeptical too, and I knew what we had to do. And so we transitioned. This is just about 2 years as we're recording this. And I remember you said, like, I don't know, but I'm willing to try. And that's one of the other things I appreciate about you. You're like, I'm willing to try it. Let's see. And you were among the first who came back and was like, this really works.
Yes, it's amazing.
It is. It's always such a pleasure to talk to you, Erika, because you have such a nice energy. And I know that anybody who's watching this will have picked that up from you. So thank you for coming.
Oh no, it's my pleasure. Thank you, Gabriel, for giving me this space and this opportunity to share some of the things that I love doing, because I really enjoy. And they hear me in my house, like, I'm in, like, I'm giving the session and they just hear, ha, 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 he, ha. They're like, she's having fun.
My kids do the same thing.
Yes.
We have the best job in the world.
Yes.
Yeah, we really do.
It is. It is a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Gabriel.